Three things men do to ruin their lives. Now I've seen people my whole entire life do these things and their lives be ruined by them. They're stuck in the same place year after year after year. Now me personally, I've had problems with these three things myself. Not all of them, but with some of them. I've seen men get destroyed every single year by these things. I have friends lose themselves from these three things. So let's start with the first one. You get into drugs and alcohol. I know people are gonna say weed isn't a drug. Weed is a bad drug. All right, it gets you comfortable in your bad situation. If you're broke and you're out of shape, it makes you feel okay. It makes you feel lazy. Okay, it gets you fatter when you get the munchies. All right, so it's just a bad thing to do. Alcohol. I've seen so many people lose jobs, relationships. People like to chug Henny bottles, Don Julio bottles on Saturdays and then feel like crap on a Sunday. Stay away from these people, okay? And if you're this person, cut it off, bro. You gotta start building businesses. You have to start building your physical shape. I hate when people say, "Oh, I make it up by working out." No, you can't make up taking drugs. You can't make up drinking that Henny bottle. You can't make anything up. What was done is done. Now, can you change? Yes. It's gonna take longer. Depends on how long you've had these addictions for. And now people say, "I don't have an addiction to alcohol," but every 2 days they're drinking. Just because you're not doing it hour after hour doesn't mean it's not an addiction. If you can't go a month without alcohol or drugs, it's an addiction. To me personally, that's an addiction. Okay? You gotta cut these people off if you're around these type of people, or if you're this guy, you gotta stop this instantly. I don't care if you're 30, 40, you gotta stop this now. The second mistake I see men do to ruin their lives is they don't take care of their physical health. Okay? If you want to make more money, you got to live for longer. If you want to take care of your family for longer, you got to live longer. I see guys eating Big Macs every single other day. Okay? After work, let's get a shake, let's get a Big Mac. What are you doing? And then there's some scrawny boys out there who still get on a treadmill, get on a bulk, lift some weights, because you don't need to get on the treadmill. You're already skinny enough. What are you on the treadmill for? Okay? You already have abs. You're like 3% body fat. You don't need to get on the treadmill. If you're fat, stop eating the Big Mac at work. Stop eating the donuts that they have on lunch break. Okay? I've had that on my job. Don't fall for this. Okay? If you're fat, hit the treadmill, lift some weights. Okay, to burn that fat off. Your physical really affects your mindset as well. I remember when I was fat, man, my mindset was bad. And then I had an ego too. I had an ego. I was like, I don't need to be lean to get girls. I don't need to be lean to get rich. Your money can only go so far. Okay, you take your shirt off next to a guy that is in good shape. Everybody's gonna respect the guy in good shape. Nobody's gonna care about your money. It's good to have both, but I'd rather be ripped and broke than fat and rich, because you can't get laid. And there's guys that say, "Oh, how do I get laid?" They're 500 pounds, out of shape, geeks be on the video games for like 3 hours. Okay, so back to what I was saying. You got to take care of your physical health. It helps with your mentality as well. You walk differently. You talk differently. People see you differently. Okay, you respect yourself differently. You got to walk with some confidence. Okay, you only get that by working on your physical. So get in the gym and start taking care of your diet. That's it.
All right, now the last thing is having bad relationships. I'm telling you this right now. This will ruin you. For example, let's say you're doing good in life. You're going to the gym, you're training hard, you're going to your job, and you're making good amount of money. You're eating good, you're doing all this good stuff. I mean, but you have bad friends. For example, on the weekend, let's say your chill day or your rest day, and they're persuading you to go out to the club, go out to go drink with them, go out to have this cheap meal, let's go hang out with some women. Like the temptation is good, right? You're young, you might think, okay, yo, one day can't hurt. But I'm telling you this right now, in the future, this will negatively impact the way you think and the way you see things. I'm telling you, as strong as you may be and as good as your life may be, mentally deep down, you're gonna realize, man, I really made that mistake. I should have stayed home. I should have continued to do what I do best, and that's having the discipline to do what's right and having the discipline to do what I need to do. For example, you don't see rich people completely hang out with somebody who has bad habits. You don't see this often because if they're hanging out with bad people, this is going to bring them down, and they know they don't have time to be hanging around and doing foolishness.